G'day guys, it's Jimmy here on the job. Today we're looking at automatic to manual gearbox conversion using the original Auto loom and the original Auto ECU. A couple of points you need to be aware of. There's about 5 different connections that need to be altered. So we'll start at the first one, which is your inhibitor switch. Normally, you can't start up a auto car in first, second or third. It's got to be in either neutral or in park, and that's this set of wires here. So what that is here is a black wire and a red with a blue stripe. Normally you'd have either this plug on there, or you might have a 4-pin plug depending on what series it is. You've got this one as well, which is your range selector. Okay, so that's the inhibitor switch there, which I've just soldered. With these new blue plugs on, that's going to the reverse. That's the reverse switch, and they're basically just a set of red wires with a black stripe. Red with a black stripe. Over here with this set of resistors on it, it's a red with a green stripe and a purple with a red stripe. Now that's for the range, so that you can tell the transmission that you'll be in neutral for the rest of its life. Now I've used some resistors here to make up the correct readings. Typically it's around 7k. I've put in a 4k7 and a 2k2 resistor on there, so by total 6.9 I think that is, so that's pretty close. There's all different resistor values depending on what gear you're in. This is what my transmission was pushing out when I tested it. So neutral around 7 to 6.98 approximately. So I've gone 6.9 using a 4k7 and a 2k2. So that's 6,900 ohms. Other thing you need to be aware of is the ECU needs to know what temperature the transmission that's not installed anymore. It needs to know what the temperature range is. Otherwise you'll have a problem. So with because your manual doesn't have a temperature switch, but the Auto ECU will be looking to see what the temperature is of that transmission. So on here we've got a tan wire with a red stripe and a yellow, and that was cut off just there on that harness, and I've put a 4k7 resistor in there. So 4k7 is approximately what you need. That'll be in the OK range and won't trigger any fault codes. So long as it's between about 2k and 10k, that temperature switch there is not a big deal, those temperature wires. The last thing which is important is basically the cruise control. If you are driving down the highway and you change gear all of a sudden while you're in cruise, your revs will go up pretty high. So you need to put this switch in so it turns off the cruise control while you're changing gear. So that's the dark green red from the brake light switch, and dark green white to the cruise control. You need to put a switch in there for that. Alright guys, hope that's been helpful. Yeah, let me know how you go. Cheers.